What's up guys, Evan Seach here back with another episode of Inside of the Ad Account where we literally dive into the ad accounts that we are managing and I explain the strategies behind everything, some optimizations that we've made, and essentially just what we're seeing in the accounts. So today I'm going over one of my favorite software clients that we have. They are Link, the blue text provider. So if you guys need blue text, the link is down in the description below to sign up with them. And we've seen a massive improvement in engagement rates and reply rates from cold leads and just overall better conversions through funnels by implementing Link in blue text messages. So they did not pay me to say that. I don't get a referral thing. Again, we run the ads for them, but transparently, it is a fantastic product and weaving in this human element to your funnels will help a lot. So anyways, let's dive right into the ad account here. I'm gonna explain what we are essentially doing and our plans going forward and what we've done in the account. First off, when we stepped into this account, it was about early July. And they were basically optimizing around this event right here, this invitee meeting scheduled. So this was a custom conversion event. And basically everybody was reporting back to the ad platform. So every single person that booked in on Calendly was essentially reporting back to the ad platform. Good leads, bad leads, qualified, unqualified, all this stuff, right? So that was a huge issue. They had major quality issues. So we'd have like awesome audience buckets one week, bad audience buckets another week. And also the attribution was way off in the account. So obviously we can't trust Meta always and stuff. It never really reports properly in the results column. That's why we use stuff like Hyros as well. And also the conversion API, but essentially we had to switch them off of that custom conversion event and we moved them over to the standard event. So I love using standard events. Sometimes we will optimize around custom conversion events, also like the Hyros conversion events if you're using them. So, you know, like a custom conversion event attached to Hyros. So it's like only qualified calls feeding back into the pixel. But overall, we switched initially to a standard event because we wanted to leverage all of Meta's advertising data. When you use a standard event, you're essentially leveraging all the other advertisers and Meta's data on the platform for that particular standard event. So we switched that and we started to see a lot more consistency in the account in terms of the quality that was coming through, the consistency of campaigns that we would launch, and the actual result volume and the cost per result. So that's what we started to see in a nice manner there. So what happened in early August? So early August, another thing that happened was they were mainly relying on image ads. So I like image ads, I like running statics, but I also like mixing in video. Video is a massive lever for us. So this was huge. Like we introduced video into their account and we saw a couple ads like the one over here inside of this DCT, like this one right here. So a lot of you guys probably saw that ad in particular. That one had a 53% hook rate, so thumb stop rate. 53%. That was insane. So that performed really well. These are in DCTs, so we call them dynamic creative tests, but they're basically dynamic creative sets. They are in that because we were scaling with this one. Like this campaign's been on for quite a while and it's still doing really well. And we actually launched at that time with dynamic creative because it wasn't as screwed up. So every other one that we're launching now, all the new ad campaigns are all individual ads. But again, yeah, that's still in dynamic creative like you saw there because it wasn't as screwed up then. So we were scaling off of that. But anyways, what we've been doing in the account is moving towards more videos. So we're trying to get more diverse assets in the account right now. So diverse messaging on the static image ads, but more importantly, diverse messaging and diverse ads on the video side of things to comply with Meta Andromeda's update. I have a full video on this page breaking down the update and what you need to do to create better winning static and video ads. But again, we're employing that inside of this account. And another thing that you're gonna see inside of this account here is our KLT retargeting set. So essentially, we only have about 19 videos. I personally like to do about 40, 50, sometimes upwards of 60 or 70 long form or short forms in this set. But essentially what it is if somebody books in a call for 14 days, they're getting hit with content from Link. So strategic content, it's building up a familiarity bias. I have a lot of stuff on the channel about that too. But essentially it's content that is educating them, pre-framing them, and really just building up that familiarity bias with the prospect, so getting them more latched onto the brand after they booked in a call. So picture this, they basically book in a call and then for the next 14 days, they're getting hit with content naturally in feed from Link. It's an awesome strategy. We love doing it. We're getting about 83 cents a playthrough for this reporting period on that, so it's pretty awesome. And right now we're only scaling with about 3 campaigns, probably gonna shut this one off up here, giving it a little bit more spend to see if it catches steam. But keep in mind too, the only people in this results column here and the only people that are basically factored into this cost per result are people that have gone through their type form and are A+ tier qualified. So we have 3 separate tiers that they can basically go on through this application. We have low tier 1, which is essentially disqualified. They are unqualified. We don't want to talk to them. We basically say, hey, we received your application, and we'll reach out if it's a fit. We have a mid-tier calendar, which are people that are essentially below a certain revenue range or fit a certain demographic that they don't really want to report back to the ad platform. And those people will still be able to book in and actually schedule a call, but they do not report back to the ad platform. We only want top tier MQLs to essentially report back to the ad platform. And that's what you're seeing here. So like this, for example, we made this change about the 16th of September. So all of these, 33 people here in this 157 website schedule, these are MQLs, A+ tier, great. That's all I want to feed back, because my whole thing with these guys was to fix quality initially with introducing video ads that have diverse messaging and upmarket messaging. Like, we got away from a lot of the GHL messaging, which was just bringing in a lot of low quality people. And we're trying to position their tool more like, it's a sales tool for sales teams and stuff. And that's working really, really well. But again, we tried to get away from that. We got a better standard event that we're optimizing around. We're pixel conditioning much better now with that type form. And that is really helping us solve the quality issue. Then it becomes the quantity issue after that. So everything here, this is what you should be understanding is I don't care if this says $40, because if this says $40 and it's everybody reports back and it's like just absolute garbage feeding into the pixel and mixed data, that's not what we want. I don't care if this is 140. I don't care if this is 280 here. If it's below our set cost per call for them, which is our highest tolerated cost per call in this account through Meta in terms of the high tier MQL, that is 450. High tier MQL, I'm okay, right? This one's kind of creeping up and it doesn't make sense to keep the budget rolling there when I have these other ones that are doing really well. But essentially I'm going to shift budget onto some of those. But that is what we're looking at in this account. We also have Google ads running for them right now. We're testing some X ads. We tested LinkedIn and Reddit. Reddit did okay, but got a little bit iffy of quality. LinkedIn didn't do too hot. So we're shifting mainly the spend again towards Google and also primarily Meta. So X, we are testing a couple of angles with them, but nothing too aggressive. So anyways, this is essentially a quick walkthrough I just want to do for you guys. And I love working with SaaS companies, especially SaaS companies like them that collect more cash up front. We're sitting at about a sustained 3.3x ROAS since we took over the account. Again, the main issue that we had to solve for was quality. So quality was a big thing. That was a huge initiative. Now we're trying to get volume back into the account, solve that. And I'm looking forward to continuously scaling with these guys. And if you want us to run your ads completely done for you, there's a link down in the description below. If you want me to take a look under the hood of your ad account and work with you on a done with you or DIY basis, we have our Inner Circle consulting program, which is also down in the description below. And if you have any questions, as always, comment below. See you in the next one.